Good evening, everybody. Right, where do we start? And it is a beautiful evening, actually, so that's where we'll start. I've managed to get 3 coats of just ordinary white paint onto what will be the underside of these cement boards. And for those of you who've been with us a long time, you'll remember when I re-roofed our pantry roof using the same tiles that are on this outbuilding. The pantry roof already had these cement tiles on, so all I did was put the tiles over the top of it, and it did a very good job, looked effective, and you couldn't see the boards underneath. So I figured the simplest way of doing this roof, the chicken coop, is to do exactly the same. They're modern cement boards, so I've bought them today, so there's no asbestos or anything like that. And I thought, well, if I pre-paint them, so when I put it on, we've already got the ceiling painted. If I happen to damage them when putting them on, it's easier to put a little touch in over the damage than to actually paint 3 coats, you know, from underneath with rafters in the way. So that's what I've done. I've got 3 coats on. I'm going to let them dry. I'm going to need 6 of these, but I've just thought, well, I'll get the first 2 done, and I'm going to let them dry overnight, and then hopefully tomorrow morning I'll be able to get onto it. But the forecast isn't that great in the morning. Maybe lucky, may not. So yeah, so 3 coats, and we'll hopefully get them up in the morning. And whilst I'm here, a big thank you to all of you for all your lovely comments about Benji. He's having a great week. He's doing what he always does. He's barking for his food, and he's chasing us around the place whenever it comes to meal times. So he's perfectly happy, not in any discomfort whatsoever. So fingers crossed, maybe that'll continue for quite some time. So thank you. I know a lot of you, and I know a lot of you are concerned about him, as you would be, and I know a lot of you have gone through similar recently, or are going through similar. So our thoughts are with you all on that side of things. Yeah, they break your hearts, but they give you such a lovely life. So yeah, so thank you. Well, the plan was this morning to get straight onto that roof, but it's a little bit overcast. There is rain forecast, but I can see behind the camera the sky's looking a bit better. So I've got another job which should only take an hour to do, and it's involved more reclaimed wood, and I'm going to go into the potshare. So I'll go and get that wood, and hopefully by the time I've done that, the skies will be brighter and I'll get back onto the roof. Right. Well, fortunately, I just got these fixed in place before the rain started. And it's been really showery, really on and off all week. And unfortunately, next week looks like it's going to be the same. But anyway, these are all now fixed in. They're screwed in various places. I've put a bit of waterproof membrane that I had over the top here, just to stop the rain getting underneath. And obviously I've put these tiles here just so you can see what it's going to look like. Basically, you can't see any of this board, so this board's going to be hidden and it's only going to be visible from underneath. So it's a great solution because effectively, if any water gets under these tiles, which I doubt, this is going to be waterproof. So no more rotting beams really, because the big problem is as soon as you get some of these tiles move, and you can't see it now, but you've seen me taking the wooden boarding off that was underneath. The wood boards just get rotten, the rafters just get rotten, whereas this is a permanently dry solution. So I'm really, really pleased. This gives you an insight into how it's going to look. These will get mortared. In fact, this top section will all get mortared down to these boards, so they won't move. And likewise, the first 3 or 4 rows down the bottom will get mortared in, and then all the other tiles will be connected via hooks, so nothing will move. Yeah, it's a great solution and I'm really pleased, and the height's pretty good by the time we've put some mortar on top. So anyway, I can feel a little bit of rain. I'll just show you something, because from the camera angle you might be seeing a gap down the bottom there and think, oh, are these boards too short? They came in at 152 centimetres and I just needed about 146 or 47. So they're perfect. But of course I've got to build this wall up, because if you remember, I dismantled a lot of the top of the wall so I could get to the roof plate. But I'll show you underneath that these boards are absolutely perfect as they are. Right, I'll do that quickly and then go and find something else to do. And I've just clamped that piece of wood there. So if you follow that up, I've got to re-brick or re-stone and cement up these gaps and build that wall back up to what it was. And when you look at the edge of that piece of wood, you can see I've got a good 2 or 3 inches. Certainly at the bottom of the boarding, I've got a good couple of inches there. So yeah, there's no gaps there, no problem whatsoever. So just a quick look at the inside of that's the painted side. So it's going to be quite light, hopefully, because it's going to be dark in here. We haven't got much light in here. And I've just put these noggins here just to support the boards halfway. But basically the rafters will support the boards. Those bits here that you can see, they don't really need supporting. That's only about I think 0.7 of a metre, that span, or 0.6. So that will be fine, doesn't need any extra support. when Susie decides she's going to demolish stuff, no messing around, is there?
Well, I was worried about this hole here the dogs have made.
Yeah,
because it does. You can see through to the other side, and I was worried about it collapsing.
And it's all. I mean, this is the mortar. It's just rock, it's just more. It's just sand. And
this
dust.
is wet here now, but this is how easy it comes off actually. And I lifted quite a few stones off by hand.
I don't think it was in imminent danger of falling down, but it's
No.
it's not going to get better.
But that's how easy they come out.
Yeah, Susie spoke about this in the last vlog. There's a bowing wall here, so we thought, well, we'd start taking it down, and you know, it's just opened up the view of the fields a bit more as well from up here, where we spend a lot of time, you know, in the evenings. So.
And I just think it'd be nice to see the whole bit of the bread oven there.
Yeah, it's a bit, you know, it's just.
Because it's dark in this corner.
Yeah, it just shouldn't be on the front of this building. This building's a nice building. So anyway, we started bringing it down, and as you've just seen, we've been putting a lot of the smaller ones around the fruit trees, and we'll fill those with wood chips or bark or something like that, just to help the trees in the summer with the moisture.
And,
so, yeah.
and a lot of the rubble's going in the pit, the old cesspit.
The old cesspit, and
'Cause,
some of it.
It's quite a big void to fill there.
Yeah, and some of it we need to build a retaining wall around the back at some point when we dig out behind the kitchen. So we'll reuse a lot of this, but I think we've got it to a point where it's not dangerous now. And I think next thing to do is get rid of this pile of rubble, otherwise we're going to have 6 months of just staring at rubble. So that's what we're going to do. So
Thank you to Paul Jakes for the coffees.
Thank you, Paul.
And thank you,
Terry and Nancy.
Thank you, Terry and Nancy, for becoming patrons.
Yeah, thank you. I know you've been with us a long time, so thank you very much. It's really great to have you on the Patreon
supporting
account.
us.
Right, so we're going to do a little bit more.
Time to get the crowbars out.
Get the crowbars, get a bit more out, I suppose, and we'll start getting rid of some of this. So thank you very much for watching, and we shall see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?